I think I'm live. What's what's their name? Uh, fuck. Okay. What does that do for me? Yeah, can I expand that? Nope. Uh, why is that not working? Hmm. Oh. Oh, I'm an idiot. Wait a minute. Let's lower the font size a little, huh? Oh my god, what? Why is it like this? Opacity? Is my opacity? No. No. Is the box just too dang... This box is crazy. That's my problem. This is the hardest I've ever worked to... Oh, do they? They need me? Whatever. Are we there yet? Can we play yet? Dude, I am fucking this up. Is this game one? This is game two. Piers team one. Game one. I am currently working on getting that in the top left. I'm doing it wrong, but that's okay. Uh, why is it being a punk? Okay, whatever. No. That's crazy. Yeah, ping me for game one. Yeah. I guess. I guess these are gonna be long games. I guess we're in for it. It's fine. I don't have work tomorrow. I have drinks. I'll have a few. Oh, Pierre's messaging me. Oh, thank you. Hey now. All right. Well, we're gonna get a little draft going while I'm spam trying to make this fit. I don't know why the source properties are being crazy on this. I don't know how to make it fit. It's fine. I'm just being a complainy. Just being a complainy Cheney. Shout out Cheney. How was work? Work? Oh, appreciate you asking. Work was fine. Work's easy. Just hung out. I just hang out. What the fuck? Wait a minute. Let's delete this. This is being obnoxious. Work was easy. I did only like 2-3 hours. Hi, Devin. I mean, Pickwells. There we go, Yeah, why is... Whoa, whoops. Why is it acting like this? Deep ass voice. Deep ass voice. Yeah. Ah, there we go. EPX versus WR10. It's currently our game score. But Bubba, it's too big. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Also, I need to not yell. There we go. We can play around with maybe... Can I get a different color? Huh? I guess I'm just not good enough to get a different color. Well, we're stuck with that. For now. Cool, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. Excited to be casting. We always love casting. Big caster guy. Looks like a no ban here. Probably something said in chat. Urgot Singe Vlad. Fire. Coming out from Pierre. Israel Ash. I think Ezreal is smoother into the Ash as he can arcane shift her ultimate and scales a little bit better. But I do really like a lot of the synergies that go with Ash in the meta right now. Like Milio's really strong, Lulu's really strong, a lot of enchanters are strong. Ash pairs well with a lot of champions, so could be good. You know, I like the flexibility that Ash has as more of a neutral pick, whereas Ezreal is very like kind of has to have like a poke mage or like a very specific enchanter. Like I don't like a lot of other enchanters other than like Nami on Ezreal or just like roaming. So it kind of sets you up to kind of needing that Ornn pick for the top side. Kind of have to have that tank come out of top, which is fine. I have a store-bought mojito here. It's okay. I tried to add in a little seltzer water to make it less sweet. Because the store-bought mojito stuff is always like way too sweet. I also got Fever Tree mojito mix, which was on sale. So I'm, you know, wealthier than you, is what that is. I'm classier, not wealthier than anyone. Bagoon will tell you I can't afford 2 cars. Kidding me? I'm in a fucking tank right now, dude. Think I got wealth? You think I got wealth? Frick you. That's a frick you right there. Shen. Hey, Johnny. I also got the little straw. Pinky's out. Xin Zhao feels really strong right now. I don't know if they nerfed him in the last patch. I know I went over some of the patch stuff, but I don't think I saw him there. The Ashe, Sedge, Shen means that we need some good DPS here coming out from mid. Good DPS mage. Excellent. I'm not certain. I guess these were the bans from last game. So champions like Victor could be really nice here. Having a Sedge 1E, I do get tempted for like a melee support as well. Would like to see a melee support. And would like to see a high damage mid out of a team like this. This side, I'm a little... I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm struggling to see the identity as of right now, or like what I would pair. But that's more of a me issue, less of a draft issue. Again, I think Ezreal's kind of hard to pair with. Maybe we could see some sort of like roaming support to match with the Xin Zhao for a lot of pressure and a lot of presence. That would be cool. And maybe something in the mid lane that can like carry through to the mid game. I think Braum is an excellent pick here. That makes a ton of sense. Pairs really well with the Ashe. Does a lot. good against the Ezreal, really good against the Ornn. I think this Braum pick is actually slick as fuck. That Braum pick is nice. Hui's a champion. I think that Braum pick's nice. And then we're going to see some sort of counter pick for the mage high DPS into Hui. Which I don't know off the top of my head what I would necessarily pick. It could be really funny to have like a Fizz here. You could just like triple down on the melees. Yeah, you could just go for the Fizz. I think Nami's a really good answer with the Ezreal and the Hui. I don't mind that Nami pick at all. Fizz could be really cool. Again, I want to see some like high DPS mage. I also think, you know, my only issue with them picking a Fizz is like, I guess they just win through like better team fight would be that answer of like how do they win the game. Because a lot of times I like having some sort of champion that can kind of like solo, or not solo carry, but like looks like a clear carry. But yeah, range could be interesting. Vigar, it's a lot of CC. It builds a lot of CC for the team, but I'm not like thrilled about a Vigar here. If it's good into the Hui matchup, fair enough. And I know it's a little bit more of a comfort for sure. But yeah, okay. Honestly, cool draft from both teams. I really like the Braum. I think the Nami was pretty on point. I think that plays more for bot side than for jungle. I don't know. Oh, lobby bugged. Oh, shouldn't have closed out of it. My bad. I don't know what team I would say had the better draft. I think I lean a little bit more towards that Braum pick really drives it home for me of like which team I think I like a little bit more, just in terms of how they match up. Yeah, we're going to fucking 3 a.m., dude. I don't love the Hui pick all that much. I guess it's a fine blind. I think, yeah, I think I do like this team a little bit more. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Hui into a lot of like melee close range. You know, maybe there's an angle, but there's so much CC to lock down the Hui. Like this team just screams CC tank, and then just like a little bit of damage here and there. But there's not that much tank coming out from this side either. Like really just Ornn, and then like Xin Zhao's gonna get like a little tanky. But like late game happens, and it's like Shen will like 1v3 these fuckers if they're even kind of thing. And matchup wise, like yeah. I like this team more. They're gonna have to look for like a lot of picks, and they're gonna have to try to like poke out the close range or like the melees for sure. Like whenever I see like Ezreal Hui, they're definitely synergizing well with some sort of like pokage, but it's hard to say. Hard to say how that's gonna pan out here. So, oh, you have to wait for my spectator delay? Come on. It's a 3-minute delay. Yeah. Vigar pick is fine. Oh, there we go. Vigar pick is fine. Been kind of underwhelmed with. I used to say since I was a really underwhelming champ, really like lame champ. I think he's gotten better for sure in my mind, and I think right now in the meta, I think he's solid. But I don't love to see them do well. But I think Moxian can definitely. Moxian has a lot of agency on this. It was a strong sip. It was a strong sip, brother. giant haircut, pretty bad. Ash can also really find some cool picks here. These three, Ash can definitely hit. Like, Herzl's got to play pretty tight. I'm also a little scared. We can start talking a little bit more about personalities here. I forget some of the players on this team already. Sorry. It's not you, it's me. But Herzl on a non-tank is scary. Andy on Hui, I don't know. I wouldn't call it like a top pick, but I don't know what's banned exactly. I'm sure some of his stuff got banned or he picked. Pierre, thank you. I think Moxian will be comfy, and I think Pickwells is kind of comfy. I think Pickwells has really shown up to the ADC role quite well, but he's playing against a lot of tough players, and he is pool. And it's cool when you're getting into the role and you're not like being a meta slave about it. But I think most of his picks are like out of meta right now, which sucks. Like he's playing like Ezreal, Caitlyn. I guess Aphelios is always kind of in meta. But yeah. Pierre is Pierre on Shen? I don't know if I've ever seen Pierre Shen, but I'm a firm believer that Shen's also one of those champions that anyone can kind of play. And then I would imagine it's Venomous Duck on the Sedge. Feels very on brand, playing that tank. We see Hardy on Braum. I've never really seen Hardy's Braum. I think this Braum pick was also like... I think the Braum pick is just like 10 head. PP, stop trying to flirt with me. stop trying to flirt with me about the Digimon Time Stranger demo. I'm about to flash some gross ass Digimon at everyone. After this game, for sure. 110p. 110p. Pure on the Ash may make some cool plays. Groundmon, Ulu. Dude, I feel like a Groundmon. Every day I wake up and I just feel like Groundmon. Let me get all my bindings and things correct. We're gonna make sure chat's up. Time control's out. We're gonna go. Whoop. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. I'm fucking this up. Okay. Good. Thank you. We're not gonna go manual. We are going directed for sure because now we have a death bush. Yes, I play my minimap at full... Uh-oh, we're going to see Herzl running out into the fray. Does he flash? No. That's going to be a no from me, boss. Looks good on stream. Alright, I think we are set on that. So that's a pretty early pick there. Your team definitely getting excited here. Trying to make some picks. That gold ends up going to Sejuani, which is not bad. I actually really like getting early gold onto a tank, because I feel like that just like forces them to, or like it just makes them relevant no matter what. Like he gets a cloth armor or could have a cloth armor off that. I don't know if he had time to reset. I didn't check there, but Cleansreal ain't Cleansreal. Ezreal Cleanse is definitely the most weenie thing ever, but I would also run Cleanse if I were playing Ezreal this game. 110% full weenie though. Full ween. Full 2 inches. Grab taking a good chunk there. Herzl definitely getting hit. Hardy playing in that bush. Hardy walking up. That's another stun. That's Flash going to be down. That is Ignite before the heal. He's going to have to heal. Does not heal. Pickwell's managing to get a kill somehow on that. Purub in the wave here isn't that bad. Do have to remember that Pickwells has Cleanse while Purub has Barrier, so that is a fair summoner advantage. Them being able to get 1-for-1 out of that is very lucky. I think I already lightly grief that, but Purub's still in a very good position. Love the E-auto poke from the Hui into the DPS, guaranteeing some damage. Joe's gonna be a little bit careful of a Shen. Like a Shen under turret like this is prime position for Shen. I do play more Shen than anyone would expect. If I were a top laner in a league, I would Shen is in the pool. Looking for the sword coming in, gets that passive shield. W not needed. I wouldn't chase any further. I'd take that advantage and run back for the minions. Yep. Oh, teasing him a little. Just trying to tease him. We see Venomous Duck up here. That's a flash taunt land, and that is big damage. Good kill. Good flash taunt coming out from Pierre. That is going to be feats. Pretty early feats. Long shot airball. Taking it. Taking some damage. Taking a lot of damage. And that is on EU ping. Gotta remember, Pierre's always on EU ping. It's tough. Getting about 90. 90 on his best days, on good days. He's like me playing Borderlands 4, you know? Just not that much frame rate. Just kidding. Being EU does not affect your frame rate. Being me does affect your frame rate. Another really good trade there. I wonder if he's going to do anything else topside. Nope. Going to look for the reset. Hopefully Joe can CS under turret. Vigar really under turret here pretty much all day. Venomous Duck looking. Not sure if he's going to be able to do anything. Looks like Zinzao being called off from the recall is going to look to collapse. Duck could be in trouble if he walks into that bush. He knows better. He's going to fall back. Is taking some hits though. And if we notice here, Moxie... Ooh, good flashes. I was going to say, that Vigar up way too soon. We'll chime in just a second. That's a great bubble. Gotta know that about Braum versus Nami here. Uh-oh. Does not use the cleanse. That cleanse might have been able to make him live. Really good kill, though. Unfortunately, going over to Herzl. One thing about Braum versus Nami, I've played the matchup from both ends a lot. If you're Braum, you have to be very careful about shielding the bubble, because you auto-take the bubble, and it goes from where you are. So that's why P-Rob gets bubbled there faster than he would normally get bubbled, and he couldn't react to that. Would have liked to seen Pickwells use the cleanse aggressive in that fight and then take it, but I suppose he has it for when Ashe hits 6 here shortly. Moxian also did a really good job of tracking Sedge, or not Sedge, yeah, the Sejuani here. He came from Sejuani's bottom side, and we see some wards and some vision here that I would imagine are dropped by Moxian. So now they have good tracking onto the jungle, while Moxian is free to kind of do what he wants, is not being tracked. Probably. So there are some advantages here, or a couple little notes coming out for both sides. If you're getting a lot of damage, does block the passive auto that Ornn does, so he does not take the knockback, allowing him to get 2 more autos off, one of them being an empowered Q with Grasp, forcing the back, which is good. This is a tough matchup for Ornn. This is a tough matchup for Ornn. I don't envy Joe. It's not a good time. And he got caught with a little bit of that, so that we see that bubble hitting again. Shen is also just like such a tough champion to play against in general. Hardy in a very tough spot. Does manage to jump out though. Does not pop up his shield until now. The bubble is down, so he's fine. Did have the flash too, manages to save the flash. We see Shen hit 6 here. So that global pressure is a thing. Moxian hovering around that dragon. Like to see him take it, although I don't know if he knows where the Sejuani is. Looks like red team has a hunch that the old Moxian is bot side. Moving out for some berries. They're checking because Moxian might have been able to do that Drake there. Probably not. Might have been a little too risky without the bot side pressure. Ooh, a lot of damage out. Might not have needed a flash. There's a good baby cage there. Although we're doing a good job keeping up in some CS. I've been scared for Vigar this entire game, but Vigar's holding in. Ooh, big bubble. Big bub. Big bub. Ooh, Herzl taking a little bit of damage here. Herzl might be falling. Pickwells catches that, does not cleanse. He's going down. Moxie and Andy are stuck in this pit. Venomous Duck does not manage to get. Ooh, that is going to be a stun. He's going to fall. Longshot airball trying to get the kill. Doesn't have flash. Does have cage and ultimate. Ultimate does a lot of damage. This just in. Pierce team looking really nice here. Andy's team looking a little uncoordinated. Whew. You're really hanging on. Although Ornn doesn't have much mana, probably enough for what, one ability? Depends on what it is. Oh, that's huge. That's actually lethal. Ugh, hate it. The Shen gets low. You get to bait in the turret. Freaking taunted. This is tough. This is tough. Yeah, that drag play was a little weird. That was one of those moments where it's like, do Ezreal Nami go up to the dragon? They kind of got caught on the rotate from Duckbeak at the dragon a little bit late. And he did have flash. I did not check the summoners on that. I actually imagine a lot of people had summoners. Ooh, that is a great flash. Good Shen ult, though. Might be early. Nope, it's fine. A regular shield, I think, is early on that, but a Shen shield is different. Because the Shen shield lasts until he's in, whereas most shields have a set time. Ooh, DOT gets him. Get some minions in there. Good DPS. Hardy looking forwards. I don't know how hard. Long shot airball in a very funny situation. Ashero trying to come up to help. Oh, that TP is going to be a touch too... Right on time! Oh, if he's there with the W. Oh, man. Wow, excellent TP by Pierre, and way to live long enough. Really good work by that Braum roam, too. Pickle's 2 HP. Ooh. Herzl looking to fight, looking to freaking tussle. That bubble lands. The Q does not. Can you E? When's the arcane shift up? When is that arcane shift up? 2? 1? This is a problem. This is a problem. Oh, 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 oh. We tried to get in range for the ignite. Did not actually have the ignite up. He definitely thought he had ignite right there. That was tight. Oh, that was tight. That was tight. Wow, that was tight. Ooh, Hardy. Hardo. Hardo down. Actually, yeah. Probably not the time to have burned the ignite, but I respect it. I think if Pickwell's trusted... the only way he gets the kill is by positioning a touch more in the Q range for the Nami bubble. Maybe that's a miscomm by Herzl. Maybe that's like a lack of trust from Pickwell. There's something there. Could have had that kill. I can't even imagine being P-Rob in that situation though, just like fully puckered. Like that's tough. Getting hit in the baby cage. A lot of blue team members here on this mid play. Sedgelover, or I keep saying Sedgelover because he's playing Sejuani. But Venomous Duck is very clearly seen. He is seen. You are seen, King. This is kind of what happens when you're seen. Is that it makes it very easy for that reaction from the jungler. Herzl making a really nice roam there too. Both supports making some decent roams, especially 12 minutes into the game. This is still pretty early in the game. Yeah, if you are hanging out on Vision as a jungler, you are looking at Joe, thinking it's Scion, going for the proxy on the Ornn. Don't know if it works quite as well there, Chief. Pierre is going to fight him. Oh, a lot of damage. Good cleanse. That knockup does not hit. Ooh, that is tough. If I'm Ezreal, I'm looking for that ulti. Did that hit? I think it did hit. No, actually. Did not kill, though. Tough spot to be for Joe. Ooh, in the middle of the knockup. Yep, gives it over to Pierre. The Shen is looking big with the Heartsteel 2 at about 12-13 minutes. Probably was like 11 or 12, but I didn't see. The fuck going on? I'm gonna need the login for the other rec league. I'm here casting, dude. This is some playoffs. Pierce team up 1-0. Another time. Another time. I don't need the login, I just, you know, codes. Goddamn codes. It's fair. Moxie looking on the long shot airball. That baby cage is coming in handy. Flash, I don't know if he really needed, but I respect it because now he's here for the dragon. He doesn't need the reset, although he had TP. Pierre looking like he's in a bit of trouble. That taunt does not hit. He's kind of dancing. I don't know if he's the dancing type here. We'll have to see. The flash auto. Ooh. That is weird. I don't know. I don't want to watch that anymore. I agree. Looks like Pierre's out. That was weird. Ooh. Pierre does have ultimate up. Does not use it. I think there was a pretty good use case there too. The cleanse is not up, and it's not up by enough where he probably could tell, actually. Would have liked to have seen it. Bubble trying to go to the side in order to hit P-Rob, but still just hits Hardy's fat shield anyways. Joe's really trying to keep Pierre in here because if Pierre manages to reset, he's going to be a force in this fight. He gets a kill. Oh, fuck. And Pierre is definitely allowed to ulti, but it wouldn't be good. Pickle's trying to get some hits in, trying to get some damage. It's just Shen ulti. They don't know the Shen is 1 HP, though. That is just a shield. That was an absolute bait for both teams. The Mistook is going to fall. Oh my god. A lot of kills for blue side there. A lot of weird things are happening. Both top laners playing very uniquely here. Yeah, good fights. I gotta shout cast that. I'm a little spaced right now. I gotta walk in and shout cast that. That was funny. That is always hilarious. I think if Pierre had reset instead of kind of greeting for the wave and then gone for the ulti, that would have been a good play. But that's alright. Shen is still has not died. Low on the CS though, which is an issue that Shens tend to have, which is why they like the Tiamat. Obviously to help push out, but also to give a little bit more AD. Because Shen has surprisingly low AD. He gets a lot of his damage onto champions from having that Q, as we kind of see there a little bit. This doesn't look bad for red team. Just kidding, Antoine is here. Oh, and P-Rob looking on that bot side. This is looking bad. Although Pierre's getting some good damage off. Gets the stun onto the Hui. Not bad. Good roam by Andy, but probably ends up losing that mid turret, or at least takes a lot of damage. Yep, losing that mid turret for the roam. So not the worst thing in the world. Player like Pierre is not going to be mad. Really nice arcane shift in order to dodge that ultimate coming out from Duck. Cleanse. He's going to be hit off the Ash Arrow. That's a good quick cleanse. Saw that. Andy in a very aggressive position. Really nice setup there, forcing Longshot Airball to walk into him. Big ulti coming out, big damage coming out. Moxian is going to be able to walk out here. Does not need to land the fear. That is kill anyways. Just hitting them with the old Qs. Oh, we get some cheap viewers on this. Can we get some high-class, expensive viewers, actually? I don't know about that marketable. I'm looking for some high class. I want like $10 one viewer kind of thing. That's what I'm looking for. Maybe that's the job of the future. Maybe when AI takes over, we look for like real people to watch things. Gotta make a comment a minute, like it's home, like it's freaking school. All right, big ulti coming in from Ornn and Hardy. Really nice by Hardy in order to block that Ornn ulti. Big Ezreal ult trying to come in. A lot of combos onto red team here. The baby cage holding them all in though. Not bad. Pierre is into the fray, very into the fray. He's kind of walking back out. Hwei trying to keep him in. Moxian going in. A lot of damage coming out. Joe is gonna eat that primordial burst. Is living for now. Hardy also just barely living, looking for that movement. Long shot airball getting a lot of damage off that. Is Mikhail's cleanse coming out. Moxian on the backline is going to get shredded. Flash Q coming out. He's still going to get feared away. I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything more. Good sidestep onto Hwei ult. And that is going to end up being a 1 for 2 in favor of blue side. Blue side really clawing their way back in. They're definitely looking a lot smoother than the early game. This early game was tough for blue team. Now we see red team starting to get some pretty decent macro. Starting to get really into the game here. And pretty opposite of how I predicted it, per usual. Their team fights on blue team are looking better than their picks. Joe, I think you're dead. Would not have burned flash. That is a moment. I don't like critiquing play too much. As a caster, don't burn flash there. You're dead no matter what. And that is going to give a little bit more of an edge next time he is back in. Looks like we're going to see a Rift Herald going to be hit. Drag is up in 20 though, so they got to really burn this if they want to even pretend to contest. Could go for a heavy push topside. I'm a huge fan of a heavy push topside here. Controversial macro play. That's what I go. I love that. If the wave was good, if the wave was already crashing, that's where I'd be. Because I know they're all going to go for the dragon. Fuck a dragon. I'd rather have 2 turrets than a Drake in this situation. Especially if one of them's a tier 2. Death push does not pan out. Looks like they're going in on Pierre, which is a little bit tough. Ornn ulti coming in. Hardy on that backside tries to block it. Kind of does because they only hit 1. Baby cage coming out. Pierre on the back line. Ornn on the back line. Hardy taking a lot of damage. He's going to have to go out. It looks like Pierre's doing a really good job distracting while Ornn kind of gets shredded on that other end. That's a big ulti coming out from P-Rob going out for that pick. Looks like we have 2 fights here. Andy is dominating. Pickwells does not have cleanse, does not have flash. Was just about to get that cleanse up. He's not going to be able to live. We see Andy going to be able to try to poke from the wall or over the wall here. P-Rob looking forwards, getting some damage out. Not really though. Trying to get the Otacon on him. That's tech. That's a really good baby cage coming out from Longshot Airball, but a good hit by Herzl. Or Mikhail's really nice damage coming out. That primordial burst looked a little troll and then absolutely saved it with that Q after. That was very nice. And gets all of them low, so none of them can really walk up without taking any deaths. That was well done all around. Pierre really well done on the back line. Venomous Duck, good catch. Hardy, good distraction. Pure up, good damage. Airball, good damage and zone control. That was tough. I think Joe is just in a little bit deeper than I would have liked to see. Totally respect it. As a tank, if you like have 4 on you, it's like, how come we haven't killed 1 or 2 of them yet? But that was tough. Watching it from a full view, you can kind of see why. It was just tough for them to like pick Pierre, for sure. And his movement was looking a lot more like he wasn't trying to kill. He was just trying to stall long enough to outlast the other tank on the other end of the fight, so then he's still alive for it, which was really, really nice. Andy in a really tough spot here. Just up against the wall against 2 tanks, and an Ash arrow to boot. That was a great arrow from space. That's P-Rob from space, by the way. I think he went up with Katy Perry. Oh, shit. Never mind. He's about to go down with her, too. Never mind. He's flashing over the wall, getting a lot of damage off Moxian with a really good ultimate, trying to keep him alive a little bit longer. Another great hit. He's going to fall anyways, and that is going to be a 3 for 0 in favor of red. Just really good picks in the jungle. I think having champions like Bygar in the jungle, Shen in the jungle, like a lot of these, this whole team handles choke points really, really well. So catching them in that choke is nice. Really, really nice. Makes it quite easy to capitalize on. Only a 2k gold difference. with almost 10 kills. But, of course, we do see red side with an extra dragon and Otacon, which are not going to be accounted in gold, just in stats. I am not 110% on Otacon's stats. Pierre is probably going to fall here. He is strong. I think if he can get, yeah, the heart steal, I actually think he's not that mad about it. That is a shutdown, though. Pierre looking for a lot of damage onto Andy. He's going to be able to get that kill. That is so much coming out from the Ashe. People say Ashe doesn't have damage. We are seeing how Ashe gets damage. I love the Kraken Slayer on Ashe. I love having that extra bit of DPS. I think she can absolutely afford to get a lot of items like that. But I'm not great with Ashe itemization. It's a little bit tricky. But you get her right, and she does a lot. A little bit like Kai'Sa. Ornn really trying to fight this. Venomous Duck getting a really nice ulti to prevent the Ornn ulti from doing much more. He might live here. That is going to be a living Joe. That's a broccoli brain coming out. Don't think they're going to... Ooh, they might... that's a tempting dive opportunity. But diving the support without vision of where the rest of the team is, definitely too risky. Tier 2 turret, definitely worth more than Hardy's life. Hate to say it. Sorry, Hardy. Remember, we're all worth less than a tier 2 turret. Longshot airball with a really nice push on the bottom side. A little bit too nice, though. We're about to see an Ornn come down here. Ornn seen on vision now. Longshot airball knows he is in trouble. He's going to push forwards. Knows he has to. He's trying to get his team to do something on the other end. That's going to be both flashes being burned. Which, in all fairness, not the worst. Pierre being here might make it tougher, though. I think he can... Wow, he does not get feared there. That's a flash going to be burned. Taunt is almost up. It is up. He goes the other way. This is tough for red team here. That is lightly throwing. Venomous Duck trying to take or make a good play on the other side of the map to compensate. All of blue team looking topside as they have killed their way up there. Looks like they are starting this Baron. Super fair. As it is a 3v5. Actually a 4v5. We see Hui on the wave. They are all on different points. This is not how you want to enter a fight here. We see P-Rob by himself. Really, if blue team turns on any side, they get to win. They are backing out here. They're feeling swarmed. P-Rob is kind of ISO. Nervous. He can't get into the fight. It's going to be tough to get some damage. Just walking right into the fear. Big Nami wave coming out. P-Rob trying to find a way to regroup, but it is scary in there. He's going to get some good damage. Pickwell's trying to get him on the side. Does manage to kill. Red side does have a full stack. Trying to walk up. A lot of damage. Joey's managing to live here. Pickwell's is going back to base. I was about to say he's going infinite. Oh, does manage to hit. That is going to be a kill onto Hardy. And a kill onto Longshot airball. That is blue side winning that fight. 5 for 2. Didn't watch the center of that fight too much. That's just one of those examples. As I kept saying, P-Rob either team needs to play with P-Rob or P-Rob needs to find a way to regroup. I think the way that they started that Baron fight set them up in a way where they're all kind of entering at different points. So there's not really a wrong answer for blue team of like, where do we want to push and attack? And that is unfortunate there. Especially in a comp like this is such a good front-to-back pick comp. Like, you look with the Ashe Arrow, you look with the Baby Cage, you look with a Sedge ult, and then you're there. I think Shen also makes for really easy 1-4 macro, which I think we're going to see here in just a second. We're going to see the Shen pushing the bottom side into the Ornn. Shen's also in a position where I don't know how that 1v1 goes. I guess Ornn does have 191 CS to 120. 20 CS. 190 to 120. We'll call it. Around it. Watch out, airball. Managing to find Herzl. Really good pick. And then Pierre going in at the same time, so they're not going to be able to get TP help from the Ornn at all if they are to continue. Longshot airball hitting a lot of those, a lot of airstrikes, a lot of W's, I believe, yeah. Dark Matters. Dark Matters are hitting, and Dark Matters do so much at this point of the game. Oh, that Q going wide is tough. Baby Cage has to be coming out a little too far forwards. Moxian doing a really good job looking in. Big damage coming out. P-Rob is on the side again, kind of in a tricky situation. He's going to be able to pick out Pickwells, yep. Ash is looking really clean with the movement right now. Hell of a 1v1 here, looking for the dive. That is a scary dive as an ADC. I would not feel great being in P-Rob's shoes right now. He is going to have to really outplay if he wants that kill onto Andy. Looks like Ornn is looking on the other side. This is a big ulti coming out from Ornn. Shen ulti is in the flash. That's why he's so cocky. He's taking a lot of damage. Ooh, Pierre's in. He's getting a lot onto Herzl. Don't know if it's going to be enough, though. Trying to hit Joe. Joe does not have any Thorn Mail or anything, so P-Rob is able to kind of free hit. Still has to be cautious of the bubble. Andy's out of mana here. He's got about one ability left in him. Better make it a good one. That was the one. Does manage to get that kill. P-Rob super slick with the movement right now. This was very impressive stuff by the Ashe. Managing to dodge and last long enough into a late game play that is out of mana is very impressive. Longshot airball, very nice with the Baby Cage. Flashing forwards, trying to get that kill into Herzl. Does not manage to get, but does get Hardy into the fight, which is always fun. Just slowly looking forward. That is a big Ashe ult. That is not going to result in the kill as badly as they want it and as tempting as Herzl looks. That fish is still just barely in the water. A really big opportunity to set up some vision in this bot side. Baron has been up, I believe, this entire time. Not sure when that came up, but I've been loving the siege. I love sieges. League of Legends to me is not a game over fighting for objectives. It is a game about sieging. The sieging, the team fighting, those things, like in that environment, is way more fun to me than like fighting over Baron. Because I feel like you fight over Baron, and yes, one team gets Baron, and then they like later win the game. But fighting over an objective like that, or like an inhib, I feel like that's the game. The goal of League of Legends, for those of you who don't know, is to kill the Nexus. Just a little fun fact. Just out here throwing out tips. These are free tips, too. A lot of times you gotta pay for this. You know, where's the Patreon? Andy getting a lot of damage over the side. Good restraint from Hardy enough to throw up the wall. A lot of damage on the side. That is like 3 Qs hitting onto the tanks. This is how you kind of want to play that comp, too, at the start. We talked a little bit about poking here from an Ashe and a Hui before looking in. So now we see Pierre and Hardy quite low, allowing for Moxian to look inwards. Really nice fear. Pierre having a ton of trouble. Tries to get the barrier off, is not going to save him. Ooh, a lot of damage coming out by Joe. He tries to get through that, does not. He's going to fall. Longshot airball looks like he's also going down. Trying to get Pickwells on the side. Is probably going to have to reset. Pierre with the flash taunt does land. Trying to get onto Herzl. Herzl is out of there. Venomous Duck is going to leave Pierre. I don't blame him. I would run too. Especially with 24 seconds on this Drake. That's going to be a big gold swing over to blue side. And very good priority onto this Drake. I would be shocked if red team even has a chance at covering it. I guess they do get that, what is it, the crab? Crabs? They have crabs now? But, alright, fair enough. They just take the Baron. Might be able to make that Baron Dragon trade. Which, Duck recognizes, seeing them on the ward. If he manages to get this, that would be very good. I don't think he has the DPS to get it. That's quite slow. That Ashe ult, not that far off. Okay, they are taking the reset. They're not even looking for it, so never mind. Call me Call me surprised. Give me the shocked Pikachu. They were looking for the TP there. It's hard to say if they're... Yeah, now they're just looking to shove out that bot side. Always curious to see how teams macro with Baron. There's a lot of answers. Everyone has opinions. Different elos do different things too. You know? If you're like under gold, a lot of times it's just like, let's 5-stack and shove it with the push. Which I still think works a lot more than it should at most elos. Like, they're just running it. Like, this is what I'm saying. They're just gonna look for that 5-man with the Baron, get that shit going. Especially with the Vigar bottom, they're gonna look to fight this, which makes complete sense. Already not able to stop the Ornn ultis has been a little bit tough. Moxian going in managed to use the ultimate to get himself out. Pure Up is super low. He's gonna be pushed out pretty far. Pierre next to fall. Moxian is gonna be able to live here. Long shot airball. Just staying in. Oof. This looks like a GG. Not over yet, though. Moxian is low. Their primary engage is down. A lot of ultimates have been burned, of course. They're going to have to poke out. Long shot airball. He's walking up a little bit too far here. Good flash in order to avoid a lot of that. P-Rob kind of off to the side. He's looking for a crazy flank. This could be another excellent P-Rob show moment. We got 7 seconds on to Ornn. That is big damage onto Pickwells. Pickwells is going to fall. Really nice stalling with the ultimate there. Another kill is going to happen. P-Rob just gets clapped there. That is unfortunate. Moxian taking a lot of damage. Oh, Hardy. Hardy is not... He's just a boy. He's just a boy. Oh, he survives. Way to not farm him. Alright, that was a good game. That was an incredible game 2. It was an incredible game 2. Really good work from all teams. I definitely would not have thought that that game would have gone that way after the early game and after the draft. But I think there were a lot of really good picks coming out from I don't know what their name is, World Rockers? Is that their name? From something Rockers. Let me find it. World Rockers. It is World Rockers. Yeah, the World Rockers definitely finding a good way to come back in there. Just a lot of good picks. A lot of good stuff all around. I think Moxian was making some really good engages. I think the poke was paying off. I think Ornn ultimate wasn't really being stopped enough. I think that Ornn ultimate kind of got to run free. I think that's something to go back into the lab if you're going to play Braum and kind of just figure out how to do that. Just get that down. It is awkward. It's one of the few times where you have to like shield opposite as Braum. I remember getting that down. But now we're 1-1. But a very fun game. I'm gonna have to drink more. I'll get another drink in the next game. Oh right. I was waiting for a link. I think it's just back on here. Yep, because then they got all the these champs. I thought Urgot was already banned. Oh, right. They have to... It's the champions they picked, they can't play, but the bans stay, you know, they do whatever they want with the bans. I see. So, pools are definitely going to get pinched. I mean, the pools, it's going to be disgusting if we go to Game 5. Love that. Love that in a Fearless draft. Yeah, what are you thinking, Hardy? I was going to make another mojito. Hardy, I just finished. What do you mean you're making me finish my drink? All right, Hardy. I'm not about to black out. I could, I guess. I don't have anything until Magic tomorrow at night. I'm going to finish this beer in response. I'm going to counter your play there with a beer. Yunara getting picks. J4, I just got the J4 skin. All right, Hardy. I'll finish it. I was just being. Do you guys know what a water slut is? It's when you're drinking water so fast and so like aggressively that like a little bit of it comes out the side and starts dripping down. That's a water slut, and I was being a little bit of a water slut with the beer. I don't know what it's called with beer. I guess it's just alcoholic. Yeah. Well, a good mojito, definitely, definitely. My old man would make mint mojitos. They were the strongest drink I've probably ever had. Um, but he'd muddle up a bunch of mint and then just fucking pour in the rum, whatever else is in the mojito. I forget. There you go, Hardy. It's done. Yeah, it is fun to get a mortar and pestle and just start like fucking having at it, having a good time with it. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I'm excited to see Ramus in this game. Reason being is I I saw that they buffed Bommy's Cinder damage to jungle creeps, and I'm not. I want to like Rammus, but his clear is so bad that I don't play Rammus, but I want to be a Rammus enjoyer. So if the clear is like not terrible, so I'm gonna watch that first clear pretty closely. I mean, I guess it wouldn't help his first clear, right? Obviously, it wouldn't help his first clear. But later in the game, we'll be watching some of those clears. I guess I'll still watch his first clear. See if he's got some tech for me. J4, just unlocked the J4 skin. I finished the battle pass today. Play a lot of League. What can I say? I think J4 is nice. I think Sivir's really good right now. Yunara did take a little bit of a nerf, but I think she's also still solid. Lulu into the J4. Gross. Very good. Syndra. I like a Syndra blind. I think this is a solid CC matchup. Or a CC. Solid CC. And it kind of gets around that Lulu and that Yunara that are like pretty close range. Like they're gonna need something to. I mean, I guess Rammus can stick onto Syndra if need be. Sivir I think is so good, but I fucking hate Sivir. She's so lame. Don't know what I'd pick here. Fizz. Now we see the Fizz. Fizz into the Syndra. Sure, that makes sense. And that'll help get onto get out of the J4. Get out of the Maokai. I think this was a fair hold for the Fizz for sure. Wanted to see it last game for sure, but this is good. And then we got last pick here for top into Maokai. Who would I pick here? Maybe a Trundle? Is Trundle crazy? I have to see the top pool. Mordekaiser. I don't know if I would have busted out a Mord this game. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Last pick for a support, you could probably. I think taking the Lulu actually is tough. A Lulu would have worked really well with the Sivir and the J4 and the Mao. Because I do kind of like to see enchanters with Sivir, but you can go tank. You can do whatever you want. That's not banned. It's tough when shit's not banned. Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank's tough here. I don't. I don't. I mean, Blitzcrank can always be good. Let's start there. I think Blitzcrank can always be good. There's like very rarely a time that it's like, oh shit, we have a hook champion on our team. This sucks. It's like no, you could hit the Fizz, you could hit the low eight, you could make the Rammus out of position enough, or force the cooldowns off him, or like hit the more. It's just tough. It's not my favorite blinds, or not blind, not my favorite last pick if you're holding out last pick for support, which I actually really appreciate them doing. I really appreciate them holding the blitz for the last pick. I or support last pick. I think there's a lot of value in that, especially in a game like this. Um, yeah, I mean the comps are only gonna get worse. I think I do like. The Syndra really does round out World Rocker's comp quite well. Where like J4 kind of locks them, or like Syndra and J4 play off each other super well. Maokai plays off that really well. Sivir Blitzcrank is a really weird lane, and they're both champions that like I think play well into a lot of comps. Sivir especially. Like that's a Sivir specialty. Is it's like, oh, I don't know what goes well here. It's like, well, Sivir plays safe for herself, and then plays well with others. So like she's kind of free, and Blitzcrank is just weird because he like sometimes can pop off. Like if he's landing good hooks, it's good. But there are a lot of tanks like having Rammus and like Mordekaiser and like even Fizz like feels weird. So like the targets are like Lulu, Yunara, which like he could definitely hit Lulu's or Yunara for sure. But thank you, Jordan. Appreciate that. I've been I just weighed myself on the scale. Do you guys want to guess how much I weigh? You want to take a little guess? I'm 6'2.5". 205? That's a good guess. I always tell people that I weigh as much as a Charizard, but that fluctuates. 195 is a good guess. It's a good guess. I'm a big dude, big guy. I run around a lot. I am mostly legs as well. I'm a lot of legs. Lot of legs. 160, bad guess. You're 215 and you're 6 foot, yeah. That's fair. I clocked in. I'll take last guesses, last call on guesses on how big am I. I'll do a full body. Full body. Let me suck it in. Keep it tucked. 6'3", 200. I tell people, oh, I got a beer belly. When I need to stick it out, I stick it out. I'll tell you what. Can you imagine living your whole life just sucking it in? Am I right, ladies? I tell people. I did say that this morning, but I weighed myself earlier today, at the end of the day. I weigh 208 right now. I'm 6'3", 208. That's where I'm at. I gotta cut back, though. I gotta get back to 200. I gotta cut back. You did. Oh, I thought you said 205. You did say 208. Yeah, you got it. You got it. It is close enough. Like the bigger you are, right, the more like weight fluctuates. Like if I was living like my 500-pound life and I didn't eat for a day, I feel like you'd lose like 1,000 pounds. You lose like 10 pounds. Or like, you just eat one of your crazy ass meals. You just crush a KFC fucking family size bucket and you're up like 6 pounds for a minute. Whatever. You know? But yeah. Hovering around there. My goal, like to get to like a 195, 190. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Just to lean it in. Just being a tennis player, I gotta be a little bit leaner. Like I get a little bit winded when I'm like running, when I'm doing like hard points. Gotta cut that shit out. All right, I gotta make a drink. I gotta make a drink. I gotta make another drink. Man, this stream's gonna go downhill fast, dude. At this rate, I'm fucked. I'm gonna start growling. I'm gonna start acting like a growlmon, dude. I hope you guys can hear me digging for ice. Excuse me, sir, are you measuring that? Nope. Ooh, that was a heavy pour. That's alright, that's fine. Let's say I went 50-50 on mix. And then boom. Let me top that seltzer water. I appreciate Pickwell saying that I weigh 160 though. If I weighed 160, that'd be tough. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Whoa, hey, whoa, scoreboard. I meant to hit time controls. There we go. Always keep that chat up. Cool. Back in it. Is Herzl gonna look for the hook? Good luck, have fun. He does not mean it. I do like Fizz coming out. Love the Fizz coming out. Whoops, got P-Rob wrong. There we go. I do... yeah, no, I know. This just became my night. Whoa, big hook, big hook. It's Chano. Hardy, similarly to Herzl playing Nami, which I think went well, for sure. I saw a good couple of Nami waves, didn't see too many like out of positions. But again, Hardy and Herzl I think of as more like tank engagey players, and making that shift, especially in a series like this, from being like a tank engage or like being a tank peel to an enchanter is really tough. It fucks with you. You'll have moments of like, oh, I'm walking up too far. Good trades up there. So I'm curious to see how Hardy does. From playing Braum to Lulu is tough. Does have the best skin and chroma on. I love that skin chroma. It's a great combo. Big frisbee, big frisbee. The knock up and the ignite here. Curious to see how this goes. Really good play by Herzl in order to flash auto or flash knock up Power Fist with the ignite, forcing triple sums for his 2, and a lot of wave prio for Pickwells here. And their jungler is pathing topside, which is not not Flame on Duck. I always want that to be clear. That is just, you know, where he started. Big hook. Already taking some damage. A lot of damage, almost lethal. Another flash. There are currently 0 summoners for blue team. I would not reset there, young Pickwells. I know you're out of mana. Hang in there. Because Herzl has free reign to do whatever he wants, and he is clearly doing what he wants. He can walk up here, he can hang, he can zone off. He can force a lot of pressure under turret. The only fear would be a jungler, but don't think that's happening. Moxie a little bit behind on his clear here. Starting blue at this time is tough. Don't know what happened. Junglers definitely want to be able to finish their clear. But we say 3:30, so you can be there for the crab. If I can't finish my clear as a jungler by like finishing my last camp by 3:30, I don't love it, because I feel like I'm at a disadvantage against most other junglers, or like you are at risk of getting double crabbed. And he getting a lot of damage off. Did he run first strike too? He did. Ego bastard. Duck just hiding in the corner, hoping Moxie doesn't see him. Hits him with the brain. Both players should look for the reason. Duck is right, actually. 100% Duck should be looking for holding that wave as best he can. Or just taking it. Oh, he already got... No, he didn't get the reset off. Fair. We see Herzl here. Herzl looking. That's on it. Venomous Duck's Q. He might have to flash. Nope. And he's too low on the mana. And we see Fizz here. Sivir in a little bit of a tricky spot off that roam. Nope, he's fine. I thought the icons were a little bit more on top of each other. It's my bad. Which is fair. Like, how would a Lulu Yunara early game like manage to find him? I haven't seen Piers Mordekaiser, but I also like Mordekaiser and play Mordekaiser. I think he's very basic, very easy. He fills a role. Again, I'm not like excited about it, but like I play it and I respect, like understand why people play it. I know according to LS, you are sinning playing that champion, and I see why that champion falls in like higher elos for sure, and like a Masters Plus manages to get the hook buffered on by that poly. Another big ignite, love igniting on cooldown, fucking massive. We see Venomous stuck here for the counter gank though, and long shot airball. He just flash forwards. Very nice. Oh, I think Duck was the one flashing. A lot of flashes there. Barrier's still up. Ow. Oh, sorry, Chano. Gotta try this first, actually. I poured it, I never tried it. Yeah, that's strong. That's one of those drinks, Johnny will tell you, I make, when the more drunk I get, the like stronger the drinks are. Because I'm like, I want to taste the alcohol. That is a good solo kill up topside too. Give a hot take, dude. I've been giving hot takes all night. My hot take, actually, Scout Slingshot, not that bad. Everyone thinks Scout Slingshot's dog shit. I think it's goated. I think it's not bad, or not goated. I think it's not bad. I think a lot of people hate on it. I know it's a super hot take, but I was playing I've been playing a lot of AD Twisted Fate. By a lot, I mean I played 2 games today. Both went quite well, and when I get that item, I start to like kind of pop a little. Well, that is a flash burn. They know Longshot Airball does not have flash, but Longshot Airball is dancing around these fools. Sorry to call us fools. It's good homies. Ooh, Hurtle. This is the first thing I saw. Had to say it. Beer doesn't have ultimate, so that's a little tricky. It's not bad. Sipping spirits when I'm drunk? That's fair. I've been trying to get better about like I'll try to like trick myself with like a non-alcoholic beer. I need to, you know what I need to do? I need like whatever shitty beer I have in my fridge, I need half of them to just be non-alcoholic and just put them in the fridge. Or like someone to do that to me. I need a placebo there. Because if I do it, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to drink double the beers. And then I'll just die. That was a really nice knockback by Joe. Side note, that was crazy. Doesn't... Is Joe insane? What the fuck? What the fuck? If that was a kill, we clipped that hard. That was kind of sick. The knockback into the W, into the ulti. That was nice. That was nice. Unfortunately, player dying topside. Oh, that hook is wild. But you gotta respect it. Alright. A little bit of dead air here. Not much going on. J4... Did J4 just walk past? Yeah, that's funny. Uh-oh. Moxian keeps getting hit by the fish here. Ignite is going to be burned. A lot of damage on the Moxian. That hits. Does he have ulti? And he does not have ulti. He does have another Q coming up. Does not matter. What do we got going on down here? I think that was a hook landing onto Hardy, but I don't think it mattered. Like, Sivir almost has enough DPS to just, like, tap. To tap whoever he pulls, but not quite. You're taking a lot of damage to turret here. Don't think it matters too much. Herzl's starting to throw a few more hooks than he can really hit. It's looking like, but he's still landing them. He's still landing them. Just like, it's one of those things, when you start landing hooks, exponentially, your opponent's fear goes up, right? Oh, Pierre, I think, actually does win this. Where's Maokai ulti? Yeah, without Maokai ulti? Oh, he's kind of running away. He missed the Q. It was one of those moments where a Mordekaiser player actually had to, like, land every ability, which, like, Really nice for Venomous Duck to be here. This turns this fight big time in their favor. Mordekaisers normally are, I feel like they're the type of champion to be like, I just got autoed 3 times in a row. And like they missed everything and I still die. But sometimes there are moments where Mordekaisers actually need to land all their Qs in isolation. And it's like, pain. That's the thing about Mordekaiser Q. Does a lot more damage when isolated on target. Increase to 389, almost like 1.5 times. It's probably a 1.5. I'm sure Riot like tweaks the numbers where it's like actually it's a 1.45, 6, 7. It's like shut up, shut up. Did you just say 6, 7? Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Joe coming in with the ulti. Did not reach. I assume this was more of a Fizz favorite matchup, but I guess Andy or Syndra does get to really fuck around. Waiting for the E to be burned. Moxie and in a crazy position here. Did they see him? They did see him. It's very Fizz favorite. Yeah, I would imagine. Whoa. Whoa. That's tough. And then Andy's also there in the dive. Maybe an Andy favorite matchup. Say it to his face. Say it to his polyed face. That's a big flash. That's another flash. P-Rob. Out here fucking with him. There you go. I should... It is a Fizz favorite matchup. It feels right. It feels right to call it a Fizz favorite matchup. Yeah. And he's definitely playing it well. But I also feel like the Fizz starts to get favor a little later. Alright. Probably all points, but so you can E the ultimate, right? Or the scatter of the week. Ooh, Hardy having to flash heal out. P-Rob with a big barrier doesn't do too much, but I respect it. I would absolutely do the same. Oh, they're so low. That's tough, dude. Yeah. Pure does not have ultimate. He's going to need another Q. He's going to be able to get that auto. Wait, he might be able to 2v1. Wait, he does. His E's about to be up. I can feel it. That's a lot of MIA pings in the top side. Okay. Pure might be online. That's textbook. Like, this top laner just kind of wins the game. CDR on these balls here is tough. Yeah, whenever I see my top laner win the 1v2, I'm like, or the 2v1, I'm like, you win. Thanks for winning our game. Although if Pierre throws it by dying for this turret, I don't love it. It doesn't have ulti. Oh, but Rammus is here. Venomous Duck is here. Is the W up? The W is not up. Was just coming up. Touch too late. And I don't know, is Joe gonna 2v1? Hardy with a good ulti onto himself. I'm a little bit more interested bot side. P-Rob with a nice turn here. He's looking for some damage. P-Rob playing a very smooth ADC these past couple games. Oh, I thought he was about to get hooked right there, right as I was saying that. That would have been my bad. My fault. That would have been my fault, P-Rob. Sorry, Patterson Roberts. Long shot airball with a long shot roam. I keep calling him airball. It's 3-ball. But I'm illiterate. So who's really winning? Here with a nice TP. Venomous Duck is here. There is no turret. Joe is feeling a little dead. Just gotta track him down. Tracking down melees as a melee is so painful. This is like the most painful thing to watch and be a part of. Ho ho ho, Herzl looking in. He should hold that hook longer. That's a good kill for Pickwells. Barrier was not quite up, almost. Ulti also not up. And it's up. After many moons of playing Blitzcrank, the trick to Blitzcrank is everyone, and what I was saying earlier that I definitely stopped for whatever fight, is once you start landing hooks on Blitzcrank, everyone thinks that you can land hooks on Blitzcrank. And when people think you can land hooks on Blitzcrank, they play differently. They play super far back, or like they play dodgy to give you time to walk up closer and hit him with the uppercut. Like they just play really different. And you can really capitalize on that mental warfare. Blitzcrank is a mental warfare champion, which is why I like him. I played against like 1 million point Blitzcrank in like D3 the other day, and like everyone said he was dog shit, and it's like, dude, the guy's not dog shit. It's just the champion sometimes. If you're not landing hooks, you have no pressure. If you land some hooks, you have all the pressure. Great hook onto Hardy. Big engage coming out from both junglers here. Long shot 3-ball. He's managing to get that kill. He's on the killing spree. P-Rob looking forwards. Oh, really good tank take by Venomous Duck there in order to get all that. That was super clean on that tank. Super clean on that tank. Really happy with Duck walking back in to then tank. Is that Ace? To tank that turret while the Fizz was in the E, because if Fizz came back down, he was definitely dead there without Duck taking that. And super good confidence coming out from Luca in order to take that and pure up good damage. Yeah, literally. Literally. You do nothing. That's why I like building like Lockets or Shirelias. Just like active items and utility on champions like that. I feel that with like yeah, like Yuumi, I always build a shit ton of just like active items to give me something to do. Pyrrha does have the stat buff and a Lulu. And is just strong. And is just a murder. Man, I think if Herzl stayed there, because that W was just about to come up. If Herzl stayed there, or not Herzl, sorry. If Hardy stayed there, that might have been it, dude. Pierre's so big. I think you need a little bit of Mordekaiser knowledge to have that, because like for most supports, most Lulus, I would be like, yeah, whatever. Hardy stays there, that's like pentakill. When's the next dragon? 350. I'm gonna use the restroom. Hopefully, you know, nothing too crazy happens. Although, all right, Duck. Just trying to fucking. Another nice hook by Herzl. Herzl's landing good hooks. Doesn't matter. I don't think this was. Was it good knockup? But yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay. Blue team still on it. Blue team still on track to win this. I'd like to see some aggression on the turrets. I guess it's only 20 minutes. This is like not as late into the game. This is the type of steamroll though that if I'm in a coordinated play and I've been playing with a team, I'd like to be able to end a game like this well before like a pre-30. Like a 27 feels realistic. 23 to 25 should be the goal. If you're this far ahead, I'd like that. Especially with a really good dive comp too. Like, there's sick dive on this. Like, you could definitely send that Mordekaiser anywhere, like any side lane, and he just like snap wins. They have to send two, right? Or he's pulling with Mordekaiser. Ooh, could have been scary. But, good EQ. We see Maokai looking just snap top to try to get something. We see them trying to get the turrets, which is absolutely the correct play from red team. Oh, whoa, I went cinematic there. Whoa, should I be doing this in team fights? I'm gonna do that in team fights now. I would have liked to see red team get that mid-tier 1. This is it. This is where we get the cinematic. Big knockup coming out. A lot of damage on the Moxie, and he's going to fall. The Maokai root coming in from a crazy angle. Long shot airball in there. And we're back into this screen. Huge. My casting level just leveled up. Keep up. I'm about to digivolve, dude. Keep up. About to hit a metal War Greymon or whatever. Google it. It's a thing. Metal Growlmon, that's what I was looking for. Fucking up. Gah. Stupid, stupid, stupid. That's my favorite. Yeah, I'd like to see blue team end it. It's midnight. You know, a little past. Like to see that end. If I were blue team, I'd be looking to absolutely stop doing jungle camps. I would be looking to shove waves far enough to do enemy jungle camps. Ideally. Another great hook from Herzl onto Hardy. Great might be a strong word, but a hook has landed. The bot lane, the Pickwills Herzl, I think has been doing quite well. And he played a great time, played a great lane in the early game, but I don't think it was enough. And then I do think Moxie and Joe had a little bit of a rougher game, but that happens. Oh, the speed up into Rift. I love a Rift play. I love a late Rift play. I think Rift can be so impactful for like ending a game sooner. I think this is totally clean. I'd love to see. I guess they have eyes on them, but we see them all moving up. I'd like to see some sort of like hard push come out from the other team, but like doing a 2-2-1 here is like kind of illegal. Like Duck has to get out of there. These, like I would have liked to see this duo hard shove here, or like have already grouped for some coordinated Rift play. And then Longshot Airball's in like a fine position, I guess, bottom side. He's still going. That's funny. He's got to be close to being up. I think it's already up. Yeah. He still gets Andy, which is crazy. He might. No, you can't get more. Big hook. I told you this guy lands hooks. I told you. Herzl's landing the hooks. Genuinely unfortunate for blue team, but that's alright. We are seeing the counter matchup here.
We're doing camps. Blue team looking to play around the Baron. Oh. Uh-oh. What's Herzl doing? He's getting hit a little. That's a big slow. And he's slowing himself. That's a weakness. Oh, no. I really like Swifties on Blitzcrank to reduce the slow that he does to himself. If he had Swifties there, I think that's a little bit better than the Merc Treads. But I value speed a lot more than a lot of people, I think. I normally don't like Zeke's, but on Blitzcrank, it is definitely solid. Moxian hitting a little over the wall. Just got that auto over the wall. Pretty impressive. Pickwell's throwing frisbees. Whoa. Big writ. Big writ. Uh oh, Pierre might get caught here pretty hard. A lot of damage. He's gonna fall. Joe, pretty far forward. Is really good onto the minion to try to get out of there. Good falling back from long shot, 3-ball. Moxian trying to go through the team to get back to his. Is taking some hits. Another hook onto Hardy. He's gonna flash out. Moxian looking in. This is looking really good for red team. Purub is gonna kind of be able to free hit. Joe's trying to get on him. Guess I couldn't call it free. It's a League of Legends free. Joe still on that backline, still on Purub. He's getting a lot of damage on him. Someone hits that blast cone. Not good for the home team there. Uh-oh. Long shot 3-ball. Nope, he's fine. Herzl is going to fall. Looks like Andy on the reset. A lot of players on the reset here. Ooh, really good E coming out from Fizz. Sorry, contributor. We are still looking for high quality views and expensive views. We are not looking for cheap viewers. Thank you, though. Very good. Very nice of you. That's about as well as a fight I feel like can go for red side. It's tough to ask for more than that in this position. More fights like that can lead into, you know, maybe 5-for-4s or like 3-for-4s or whatever. But we do see 3 Drakes on blue team. Three Drakes on blue team. Zax, Lulu. Good comms on that one. Good comms, Cheney. Cheney, you just don't get it. The Zax Lulu is hyphy. It's fresh. It's fun. I think with the Zax, there should be some sort of like Lichbane. Like, I want Lichbane. Lichbane is one of my favorite items in League of Legends. Could be my favorite item in League of Legends, as of right now. Until they get rid of it like they do all of my other favorite items. I miss old Static Shiv. That used to be my favorite. Ooh. Spell Shield does not help. That is falling. But Moxian keeps EQing kind of around or through them, but not in the way that you want your J4 to go through them. Also, pretty embarrassing to play J4 without a skin Moxian. I am going to calm that. This is your main account. There's a lot of J4 skins. You really don't own one. Long shot 3-ball, I get it. He's on a Smurf. He's on his like 20th Smurf. Oh, he's playing fancy. Just kidding. He's playing. He's trying to bait. Hardy does not have the heal or anything, I guess, on that. Blue team in a little bit of trouble. That poly goes wide. Oh, Joe managed to get out of the J4, which is kind of crazy. Duck has a lot of tools to get out of here. Would like to see him use ultimate. Yep. Correct. Correct mundo. This is... So now we're past the 30-minute mark. What ends up happening past the 30-minute mark is that death timers get really long, and even though you have a 6k gold lead and a few dragons, if you don't play this next drag fight or baron fight well, you lose exponentially, again, exponentially more because the death timers are longer, and now the enemy team or whoever wins the fight is able to shove in waves harder and get more tempo, and their tempo gets way, way higher. And so now we have more of a game on our hands. We had a game that was like 20 to like 5 or 4 or something, and now we have a game that, even though it's 30 to 14, feels close, even though it kind of hasn't felt close for this entire game. And dying here would be bad. This just in, whoever dies, it would be unfortunate if they died for their team. I don't know who that's going to be though. Pierre picking Pickwells makes a lot of sense because you snap kill and get the stats. Long shot airball, not able to get over the wall. He's going to long shot fall. Pierre is a beefed up mofo. He is in there. Moxian falling on the side. Pierre up godlike. Didn't have to tell us, right? We already knew. It's going to be a double kill. And I'll get that sip right now. Sip a drink versus drink. Definitely a verbiage that I think Pierre took care into. Because drink is much more aggressive than sip. Very key. Very key. You can feel it. I can sense it. I actually feel less drunk because of it. Even though I've been drinking the same amount. Hardy in the chat? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Does that mean the game is over? Or has Hardy been listening this whole time? Uh-oh. No, that can't be what that means. This game can't end. It has to go on forever. Forever. I actually never played Portal 2. I'd love to play Portal 2 sometime. It's a big fight here. Big fish going wide. Pierre ulting Pickwells again. Checks out. That's pretty much how that champ works. Doc doing a great job trying to force Andy off the team fight. I get why Hardy's in the chat. This feels like a GG here. Just noticing now, Rammus never died. That is an FF here. But you can't surrender. That was a good surrender. That was a good FF. Really well played FF. Some people are good at FFing. Some people aren't. Oh, am I supposed to like clip stats? Fuck that up. I mean, watch the VOD. You know what I'm saying? Do I have to do this? I didn't do that on the last one. Saw we. Saw we. A good time to FF. Thank you. Yeah. Coach Rogue. Coach Rogue's always talking about FFing. Coach Rogue says, no, this transcends Coach Rogue. This is this is about me. As if every stream I come on isn't about me. The time to FF is absolutely after a team fight. You can't be selfish with your FFs. You can't be like, I died, so we have to FF. No, you gotta let people have their moments and have their deaths. If you still want to FF and you're up and you watched like 3 of your teammates die, that's when you FF. If you get picked and you're like the 20-5 like hyper carry and it is definitely GG, don't type in the FF. Your team is still gonna want to go in, play the game, and then die. Like, don't do that, you know? I'm a little surprised by the Vlad bans. I don't know if like Luca is sick on Vlad or what that is, but this is something that I kind of dislike about this type of draft is that pretty much all the bans are identical. Like we're not giving like the bands just keep being the same. It's like meh. Meh. All right, Ari gonna be picked up. Ari is going to be picked up. It's definitely like the worst part of it. But I do think that the games are still like unique. And in a best of 5, this feels better. Because if you got to like if all of your band champs were gone, that would suck. Dude, I'm gross as fuck. I look gross. Whatever. I'm over it. Diana, big Diana fan. Diana, I think, is a really solid champ. I think it, jungles or mids well. I think it team fights well. Zaya, eh. Meh. No, Zaya's a good champ. I have mental block against Zaya. A lot of people have their like champs that they are just like don't understand or like can't play well. Zaya gets me. Like I understand 3 feathers means you're rooted. She pulls it back. It does more damage. Whatever. Taking the Rakan here is funny. I think Rakan is a little better than Zaya as an individual champion. But I do like Zaya. I was actually looking up what pairs well with Zaya today. Thresh was up there. Bard was the #1 like win rate actually, which I think makes a lot of sense. I like the synergies on op.gg that they now have. I think that just like again, just one of those things. It makes sense. I care more about synergies than I care about like. I care. Yeah, I think I care more about synergies than or someone telling me what synergizes well more than someone telling me what counters another champion. I think playing for your team and what your team does well is better than playing a counter. That's my hot take. Counter picks don't matter as much as synergizing. And that's in every role except top. Top, counter pick. You need counter pick. I get that. But every other role, like mid should be looking to synergize with jungle, support should be looking to synergize with jungle ADC. ADC, not real. Figure it out. Yeah. ADCs all do the same shit. ADC, fill a gap. Fill what your team, like, be a poke or a fast attacking champ, or, like, that's it, Ugh. Made this drink so damn strong. Hard to sip it proper. Shape it proper. Okay, what do we got? Vi for vigilance. So what we all need to be here right now. Vigilant. Vi for viscosity. What else can we get? What other good VI words do we have? Vi for vindictive. I used to play a game called Vindictive. Vi for virgin. Fuck. Alright, good hit. Good hit, Aphelios. How's your sister doing? Weirdo. Shouldn't you be talking to your, like, dead sister or whatever the fuck she is? Your ghost sister? Your Ghostbusters sister? Yeah, that's what I thought. Malphite into Trundle is kind of crazy. No? It's a lock-in. I definitely. I like Belveth. I like Belveth here. I think we're seeing an Andy flip into jungle. We're seeing Belveth flip into the jungle. Which, yeah, probably Andy. Which means Moxie in mid is what I'm seeing, which makes sense at this stage of the game. It could be Moxie on Belveth. I don't know. Could be a little Andy coaching him, but I think Ari is a Moxian champion as well, which is why they early picked it. Well, also Diana, but whatever. So we'll see. But if you were looking to do that, I feel like you would have drawn out a touch longer. Maybe go. I would have liked to actually have seen a Philios blind pick here in one, and then we can look to Ari Rakan, because we might get a different, like a better matchup for someone after. Although I guess maybe they would have gone for like Xayah Rakan, but I actually think Xayah Thresh is better. Hot take. Hot take. Better duo. Hotter duo. Better looking husbando. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm here. But still fine. Belveth is a champion I don't fully understand. I get what her moves do. She kind of reads in my mind like a Master Yi, in that she like tank shreds, has like damage reduc in her kit, does a lot of AD damage, AD and true, I think. Just like cares about objectives, is like fast, but she's weird. I don't understand her. Like, I understand when she gets her form, but it's like weird when she gets her form. I don't know. Funny champ. I don't fully. Again, I don't always understand when to play her. I think when you have good CC, I think she's great. And I think this team has some interesting CC that can sometimes lock down a champion, but I don't know how consistently we can lock down a champion with this comp. Just with like the rotating guns on Aphelios and like Rakan ulti, Ari charm, or like their CC. How reliable are they? They're a little conditional, is all I'm saying. Whereas like Malphite, Vi, Thresh, Xayah is like very easy, barely conditional to no conditions for CC. So I think there's a little bit of an edge there. The Malphite, the Trundle might be able to kind of pop here. I don't know how this team really, like Herzl's got to play a really tight game. And it looks like we are correct on the Andy Moxian swap, which is fine. I do really like Pickwell's Aphelios. I think out of all the like Aphelios players that I see in the Rec League, I think Pickwell's can definitely hang at that level quite well. So I think he'll do well. I think he'll do all right. Thresh Xayah is much more of a force though of a lane. I hate to say it. I would much rather be the Thresh in this lane than the Aphelios. I only play Thresh and Aphelios out of these two, not the Rakan and the Xayah. Kind of would have been funny to see the Thresh Aphelios against Xayah Rakan. That is kind of, those are more iconic lanes, but having the support swaps is fine. Ari into Diana. I play a little Ari. I like Ari. She's fine. You know, she dances the fights. I think Diana provides a lot more for her team, but I do think that Ari can like be fine in lane, and it is like range versus melee for a while. The movement needs to be pretty good, but it's whatever. The Belveth, again, weird pick. Then picking Malphite into Trundle, that feels wrong. I'm gonna look that up. I feel like that just kind of gave them an answer. I'm gonna look up what that top win rate is. Trundle top is also like quite meh. IMO. Let's see. We are looking for Malphite. There's not enough data. There's no data. This matchup has never happened. In this season, I don't have a single Trundle game into Malphite. Maybe wait. Maybe if I look up Malphite. Is Trundle just in a bad spot? Maybe Trundle's just like shitty top lane. Maybe I don't know anything. Yeah, I don't see him. Maybe Trundle's just ass. Maybe this is fine. I guess Malphite is pretty top tier right now. I don't know. Malphite definitely is easier on the TP. I don't know how the split push goes. I feel like Trundle has a little bit of an edge there in the tank, but I do like Vi as a champion and as a team fighter a little bit more. Again, I like Pierre's team's draft a touch more. I forgot to edit the thing. There we go, 2-1. I like Pierre's draft a touch more. But I also think that there's like really high mechanically or like just interesting champions on Andy's team that could do more. Like Aphelios is one of those champions that can do a lot. It can do a lot at random times and it's like hard to account for how much they can do. Bel'Veth, same thing. And Bel'Veth, like if Bel'Veth gets rolling with like 2-3 kills, that champion can run with the game. Again, no skin Andy, kind of embarrassing. Actually, I feel like he plays enough Bel'Veth to get that. Rakan, very high skill cap champ. Crazy high skill cap champ. Could do so much, could do nothing. But yeah, I like the Thresh Xayah. I think Diana's easy to pull off. I think Vi's easy to pull off. I think Malphite's easy to pull off. I think Red Team just has an easier to execute team. And then like Thresh. Which frankly is I play so much Thresh and a lot of sport players play a lot of Thresh. I think that Thresh is easier to pull off than Rakan. But you know, I'm sure if I had 500k points on Rakan, I would think the other way. And 10 on the other, so it's fair game. Minions have spawned. Hate to have caster bias. Rooting for Pierre's team so we can all go to fucking sleep. I'd probably chill for a little after. I probably shouldn't. Maybe I'd chat with the teams. Longshot Airball getting some good damage up there. Gets the Electrocute proc, which is huge. Definitely what he's looking for. Oh my god. Wow. Longshot Airball. Here's the thing sometimes. That like, sometimes people will see a high elo or a really good player or a well-respected player. That's a solo kill. Sometimes I'll see stuff like that. And I'll be like, or like the way that Diana is playing right now is like so different sometimes than playing against someone like Andy, who everyone's like, oh, that guy's like such a sick mid, you know, all that, which like is absolutely true. But also people will play way more safe because they know that someone else like is high elo. Like I ran into that a lot when not that I'm actually that good, but like I would run into that when I played ADC. Is it's like when Caitlyn was strong and when I was playing ADC, I felt like people just like wouldn't look to even like think about trading. Or not even Caitlyn, just like playing ADC. And when I'm unknown, I feel like I do, you know, I get a lot more people goofing around. Moxie looking for an invade is hilarious and awesome, actually. Just getting that pressure and getting that presence is kind of fun. That's a mid laner playing for jungle, which, you know, cool. No summoners in the mid lane. The refillable and the... Alright, just an amp tome. I think he started with the refillable. Although Luca is also enough of a wild card where I don't think he falls under that as much. Which is why he gets the rep of like, oh, sometimes he dies to like, you know, random. Ooh, big gank top. Nope. Random people, and sometimes he gets like big solo kills on like big players. Pickwells is a big flamethrower green player. Big fan. Whoa, Andy playing smooth around that. Getting a lot of damage. They're still looking at Moxie, and well, Andy's kind of free hitting a little too much, I would say. Yep, a lot of good damage off. Good flash by Duck. Hardo is here. Does manage to land that hook blind and the flay. Flash auto coming up from P-Rob. That is a crazy roam. But very much manages to pay off. Joe taking some good damage here. Hasn't reset. Big wave. Does have a call. He wants that wave to crash. Beer does not. This is some weird top lane shit right now. Does get enough damage off, though, that Pierre is not in a great spot. Good job getting that plant. We love getting a plant. Long shot 3-ball just down here. Just freaking down here, dude. Still in the speed, kind of walking out. It's not a bad trade for Pierre. Does want the reset. Nope, no he doesn't. It was a lie. It was a fluke. Next wave cannon. Oh, I won't look yet. Trying to bait Joe in a little bit. He's gonna have to flash out. Next wave is cannon, so it's not the worst on the reset. But that wave is shoving, so it's actually ass. Never mind. Does that give him gold he cares about? 600? I forget how much a bramble is with a cloth armor. I think it's 800, so I think he has it. I think he had it before. No, he wants the boost first. It's the plated. That makes more sense. That's actually definitely a better buy. That's something I really respect about top laners, is top lane is the role where I think people care the most about counter matchup build. Like, build feels different depending on what game you're in and what, like, who you're playing against. Like ADC and like jungle especially, I feel like you can just kind of like tunnel the same core, and definitely depending on champ. But like most tops, especially tanks. Oh, I would have taken that if I was Hardy. P-Rob in there, taking a lot of damage, not able to get to that lantern. If I'm... there's a way to play that. There's a way to play that. Hate to... I don't like critiquing, but I'm a little tipsy, so... Boom. I think Hardy doesn't need to throw the lantern there. I think it's really tempting to throw the lantern for shield. But the second... if they saw... oh, that's a great attempt. If they saw... Andy on Vision and then he threw the shield, that's no good. But with flash up on Thresh, you can really reposition nicely. It's a lot of damage. That Aphelios is looking good. I called that at the start. Especially with the Serrated Dark, I discussed with Pickwells what we think is best on Aphelios. I think he locked in on what's better, but I'm just like stubborn and don't play enough. where I think his gun combo is better, but I helped him on some of the builds. I think I've talked to most Aphelios players that I think getting that serrated like collector first feels so much better. Like you actually feel lethal in lane, and it doesn't really hurt your scaling because you're still getting that crit. So like he can definitely go like collector into IE into whatever he needs for that third item flex. I think the damage is there. Him having red-white on that is classic, like, good. We see here with the white-green. Dragon's going to be on duck. Manual cameraing this. Ooh, big charm. Big gank. Big damage. Big ult. Don't know how he's going to get out. Oh, by walking. Have we tried walking? I don't know how he gets to live that. That's quite ridiculous. Just the Q going a little bit side from Maxian. Pierre kind of taunting a little. That was not good homies like. Can we get a replay on that, actually? Jokes. All jokes. Grubs are up. Andy is top. Pierre does have ulti. I don't think this shouldn't really be kill. Unless Pierre goes ulti onto Joe. He might just be able to walk. He goes ulti on... Oh, fuck. That was really well done by Pierre. I would not have had the confidence on Malphite to do something like that. That was really good. Undeniably, excellent. Maybe Andy has an angle to like flash auto there after Pierre kind of like ults and does his thing. Like if he stops his, I don't know if he can stop his like fucking tentacle slap on the ground early, but if he can, I think a stop there and then a flash would have been the play. Hardy, you gotta go forwards. It doesn't matter. Ooh, here we go. I would love to see how Pickwells is pressuring under turret. I think Pickwells is really in his element on this champion. I think he's feeling comfortable, and I think that he's in a good spot. I say that he's about to die. He has barrier. Nice movement. I think if he's autoing as he's cutting back and like looks to play that a little harder, maybe he has a shot. But it's hindsight. He still has ulti up. If he maybe like looks for the flamethrower ulti because he needs the immediate damage, and then looks for like, if he swaps flamethrower, maybe like Q auto or like auto Q auto for the range proc from the green. Looks for the ulti with the flamethrower. Maybe he has a shot. But I guess Pure Up has everything up, so maybe not. I think I probably would have made the same play. It's just a positional error that's too aggressive. Gets the Bramble. I wanted to see, or not Bramble. I keep saying Bramble. Gets the Bombies. I kind of want to see the Bramble, but it's fine. I like that Malphite gets the claws out. Is that just a... I feel like that's every Malphite, but I wasn't sure like how it looked on different skins. How many different types of rocks can you get? You know what I'm saying? I do have Obsidian Malphite, which is what I've been told is the best Malphite skin. Whoa, looking in. Big ignite, big flash forwards is not going to be enough. That is death. It's the only play you can make is looking forwards to try to get that. Super fair. Dragon coming up here pretty soon. Not that much of a goal. A 1k goal difference at 13, definitely. You feel that.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Alright, I think we're done with hard liquor for tonight. Done with the mojitos. It's a really unfortunate spot to be when you are building the collector and you have those 3 items. Oh man. Luca just non-stop ulting. Just ulting on cooldown. That's a classic, like, I didn't think his ulti was up. Moxian did have the ulti to counter though. And I think a lot of the times when I'm playing a champion, if my ultimate is up, I assume my opponent's ultimate is also up. If we ulti at the same time. A lot of damage coming down from Pickwells. Does not have the flash to get around it. Ooh, he's trying to heal. Does not matter. And he is going to be able to get a lot of damage. That is a good play for red side. Little tricky, little aggro on the positioning. Ooh, speaking of aggro on the positioning. Good healing reduct. Sometimes I think, especially because I played so much support, sometimes I think of, and this is really toxic, but sometimes I think of players as like, I do genuinely think of players as like mobs in World of Warcraft, and I never played WoW, but I think of drawing aggro from players. Ooh. And I think when I'm low HP on a champion and I look forwards, I am much more likely to draw aggro. And so I try to play around that. I try to play where if I'm forwards, I'm drawing aggro. At all. I'm always thinking of aggro of the other person. So if I'm in Pickwell's shoes there, I'm thinking of like, if I walk forwards even a little bit, I'm drawing aggro. And depending on the role you are too, assume that there's like good NPCs, like a well-designed NPC, that's like, you're the DPS, and you're as close as the tank, we're gonna target the DPS. I have to do these things because I'm dumb, but it helps me. Speaking of dumb, we're gonna pick up another Oktoberfest beer. This is a little zero gravity. I've never really been a part of like Oktoberfest, in the sense that like normally this time of year comes around and I'm kind of like, oh, shitty ass fall beers. I'm trying to find the last like summer shandies, you know. Moxie with a really nice flash ult. Doesn't matter though, because Venomous Duck is there. Yep, Pig in the Alive. I think Moxian's having a little bit of a sad time, especially with Luca living with 2 HP there. Don't mind me, just breaking down boxes. Trying to. There we go. But actually, look at what I'm doing. I'm not that clean with it. We break down our boxes. You already know where it is. You only get 1 planet. Oh fuck, Herzl, you only have 1 life. You die in the game, you're right. Ooh, P-Rob with a big knockback. P-Rob's been playing a really nice game. Every time I look at P-Rob, I think he's playing really well around like mages and just like everyone. I think he's playing a really good ADC game. I know he hit masters on mid. I think his ADC is cleaner. I think his... Ooh, Joe, no. Joe, yes. What the fuck? That was crazy. Never mind. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. Dude, Joe living is hilarious. Every time Joe makes any play, I smile. I love watching that guy play League. Love watching this guy play League. Look at him, he's taking turrets, he doesn't give a shit. He's pillaring himself, he doesn't care. It's a good play though. Trundle's looking for that split. He's there. 9.6 out of 10. He gets a thumbs up. Moxian walking out would be great for his mental right there. Moxian not having a good time. This is one of those moments we're going to need Moxian to really buckle down and lock in on the mental here. You have a Trundle that is doing a good job on the split. You have a jungler that is fed. You have an Aphelios that is frankly in an okay position. Definitely not as strong as Isaiah. Probably won't be as strong as Isaiah until 35 minutes would be my guess. And you still have a Rakan. You both have, you know, both teams have playmaking supports. But it's up to you to lock in and not tilt. Only you can prevent tilting. Ooh, Andy in a tough spot. Does have to burn all of his Q charges. Here, so far in there. Really confirming the Drake. Herzl right there with him, though. Same energy, same player, really. Ooh, through the charm. That's actually really nice by Hardy. Looking for that. Ulti does manage to get it. Looks like Pickwell is flashing into a wall. You can't do that. Moxian is going to be able to walk out. Cho, though. Look at this guy. And, like, Trundle's one of those champs, too, where, like, sometimes he's sneaky strong in the 1v1. Like, I wouldn't reset here if I'm Joe. There's so much sick pressure. You do nothing back here. I say this, now he's about to, like, 1v9. I would just stay out there and try to fight that 1v1. Doesn't have Ignite, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I'd fight that shit. Because you dying doesn't matter. I guess it's less pressure on the map. Yeah, actually, he should just be bot side anyways, because that bot tier 1 is up. And the second that bounties start to like look on objectives, it's like, let's get those. You know? That's literally Riot saying, hey, if you get this, that's a lot of extra gold that it normally shouldn't be. So like, let's get this mid turret, let's get this bot tier 1. Let's climb our way back in here, boys. That's literally an extra almost 900. What is that? Almost 900 gold. 800 gold. Almost 800 gold. I can't do math. An extra 800 gold for the team. That genuinely should not be there. That is just there because you are down. And so that brings that gold swing, and we see it at the top of the game here, at the top, to like, you know, a 2K. What is that, 2K? 3K? 3K. Pickwell's down. Tough spot to be in. Walking around, like, why are they there is a little bit of the question, but I think Aphelios is one of those champions that, like, we talked a little bit last game of, like, who plays in the jungle, who plays in lane. Aphelios has to play in lane. That is a lane champ. Please do not play in the jungle as Aphelios. Or if you're playing in the jungle, you need to be, like, 10,000 feet behind. Those pings are a little funny. Yeah, they're just looking to crack that bottom turret now. Bottom turret into inhib. Both objectives up in 2:16. Same time, which is always fun. It's like they planned it this way. So, could be a trade, could be a fight, could be a sweep. But we'll find out in about 2 minutes. Really 3. You know, you gotta have the fight. I don't know what Andy's up to. Yeah, he's gotta come back home. He's fed Belveth. We gotta play around the Belveth, but Belveth needs to be back right now. I think he's looking for red off this, which is like not enough of a trade. But he's back. He's back in action. Looking forwards and backwards. That's a triple knockup. That's a huge knockup by Pierre. I don't know if that's game ending. It feels close. Get into a big visual here. Andy looking in. Looking to dance. Looking to dance. Big flash. Big moves. Big turrets. No one has anything. No one has an ultimate. The scene is set. A GG well played was called out. Moxian, you're wrong. It's not GG. It was never GG. Oh man, we're in it to win it. Oh, big look on the Diana. Joe is trying to run out. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it. The healing is nice. Does not hit. Big Pierre ulti coming in. Andy trying to sneak his way out. Does not have enough Qs. Venomous Duck going in for the ulti. Herzl is going to fall next. Joe trying to heal. He's doing a great job on the healing. Actually, an incredible job. Moxie good damage onto Pierre. He's looking for one more. Goes onto the Raptors. Unlucky. That's it. We've done it. GG's coming out. Great series, good games, good stuff. That'll be it for tonight. What an incredible game. What an incredible series. Great stuff coming out from both teams. Pierce team obviously winning it and continuing. Was fun to watch. Good stuff at the start and the finish. Good morning to our EU players such as Pierre. Do we do interviews or can we go to sleep? Is that allowed? It's only 6 a.m. Don't you have to go to work at 7? Or no, it's tomorrow's Saturday. What am I talking about? Everyone gets an MVP, so I can go to sleep. I hope that's okay. I don't know what you guys do. I don't know what we do here. Was this the finals? The grand finals? I have to interview everyone? No. Alright, Tyler. I'm going to come in and interview you. No, week 1, game 2. Alright, cool. Alright, good stuff, everyone. Good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And good stuff.